Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Halftime with Bizzy. Today we have a very important episode, and I'm really happy that we are finally releasing this episode. This is something that I've been wanting to put out for a while. So today we have JTPNZ, also known as Non, who is the creator of the Printstream, coming on the show today. Very excited to do this one. This one has been in the works for the better part of a month and a half, I want to say, and it's a very, very cool story. Not only does Non have a BFA degree, but he also was an intern at Namson Digital as a 3D artist. Today we dive into the story behind the Printstream design and how his life has changed because of his 3 submissions that have made it into the game. We also touch base on the pearlescent effect that was lost when Counter-Strike 2 got updated from Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and we clear the air a little bit on that. An amazing conversation with an amazing person. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Always make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check the description. Follow me on all my platforms. Follow JTPNZ on his platforms. And also make sure to go and check out the Halftime CS shop on Etsy. We're going to get right into it. Thank you everybody for clicking on the video. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Catch you on the outro. First and foremost, I want to say thank you, dude. This is really damn cool. I'm really excited to get to do this.
Oh yeah, it's definitely something I really wanted to do. Like I don't do this very often, like talking about my designs and stuff. So yeah.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, unless you have anything you want to like ask me or whatever, we can just get right into it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, thank you again for wanting to do this, dude. Let's
All right.
talk about your beginnings in Counter-Strike and when you started playing and what introduced you to the game.
All right. So the very first time that I was introduced to Counter-Strike, I remember it's like my middle school has a PC lab and there are a bunch of games on it. And yeah, I think I first played Counter-Strike 1.6. I think it's a modded one too.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's like got this zombies apocalypse thing going on in the game as well. So, but the first time that I bought Counter-Strike Global Offensive, I think it's during the Operation Phoenix.
Oh,
So that's
nice.
like the first time that I got into Counter-Strike Global Offensive. So yeah,
Okay, right
it's
on.
definitely
So
cool.
about 10 years, roughly, at least.
Yeah,
Yeah.
around 10 or 9 years. Yeah, something like that.
Okay, interesting. And that's like that was, CS was getting huge when that operation came out, so pretty good time to get involved in the game for sure.
Oh yeah, I remember like getting the collection that it includes like Counter-Strike Source, Counter-Strike like all other stuff like the like a bundle pack,
Okay.
something like that. So yeah.
Okay, right on. So, what was it that attracted you to skins? Were you into opening cases and trying to chase golds, or were you just into trading and just seeing what was out there?
Well, I was not very into like trading kind of part, but when you go into a game and like the idea of cosmetics is very popular in these types of games. So you launch a game and go into the match and you see like yo there's a cool bunch of skins.
Mm-hmm.
Like why is it red? Why is it like in a covert type of thing? And I found out that hey, you have to unlock the case. So I just do do everyone does. So yeah.
Started off with the cases for sure.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember like seeing the very first skin that I wanted to have is like AWP Asimov is
Oh
actually like
yeah,
the hero. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
classic.
Yeah, classic.
Going into your professional side of your career, you have a BFA, sorry, degree from DigiPen Institute of Technology, and you're also interned at one point at Namson Digital as a 3D artist. Um,
Yeah.
so when did you develop this interest towards creating 3D art, and how did you find yourself on a journey to eventually cross your passion with, Counter Strike?
Oh, okay. That's a good question. So, when I was in high school, I actually like always loved doing graphic designs. So I was in like group works, and I will always be the one to like prettify things. When you need to do like presentations and stuff,
Sure.
and I will always be the one who do the slides.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
um, so I'm always into this like graphic design world. So I think in grade 12 or something like that, I I was very very into Counter Strike, and I found out that there's a feature that you can submit your skins, like submit your designs, and I was like, hell yeah, this is like my stuff. This is my time now. So I'm very convinced that I am the very first person in Thailand community to actually like try this skin design part. So there's a Facebook group in Thailand. It's called Counter Strike by FPS Thailand or something like that. I posted like just a simple design of my skin. It's the very very first skin. I think that's back in like 2016. So so I showed them then, and a lot of people saying, "Hey, this is looking very very cool," and I just kept doing it because I like when I do cool stuff and people like it and people find it cool too. So yeah, that's definitely like the very first time that I got into like the art kind of part. That's the very first time I went into like game industry type of deal. So yeah.
Okay. And I mean, what better opportunity than to have your favorite game that you're playing and your favorite passion,
Yeah,
combine both
man.
of
Yeah.
those, like the best of both worlds right there.
Because you don't really get to do that a lot because like other games from other studios they don't really like open this kind of like the opportunity to actually contribute to the game. So
Mhm.
Counter Strike is like the very very first that I see. So yeah, that's definitely something very very special from them.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, like who else really provides that kind of opportunity for, the fan base? You don't need to be anyone. You could just be a player with a passion. Maybe you have
Right?
some good
Yeah.
art, you put it on the workshop, it blows up, and you could get in the game. Like it's
Yep.
fair ground for everybody, so it's pretty cool.
Yep.
So the print stream, of course, let's get into the talks about that. Where did the idea for this design come from, and what was the process of creating one of Counter-Strike's most unique and popular skins?
Whoa, most unique. That's kind of like going too far, but
I
yeah, I know.
I think it's
So
definitely. I mean,
all
it's
right,
classic. It's classic. Classic.
all right. So the very start of that, so I started designing skins since 2016, right? And then I stopped in 2017 because I feel like it's more like kind of like my hobby, like that I do in my free time. So, but then when the global pandemic COVID-19 hits, um, I was forced to return home from my college dorm.
Okay.
So, so I had to like stay at home, and it's kind of like it feels boring. So I got back into doing my hobbies, which is like designing skins. And at the time I think there was an artist called Philip Pantone. So he's actually a graffiti artist. So I kind of like I really like his artwork. He does this kind of like he applies his art into like multiple products. Like he designed a Porsche, he designed a Fender guitar. So like those kind of ideas kind of grew on me. And then there are other artists that I really like. Like there's an artist called Kunel, I think. Kunel Gower, I think. So he's kind of like doing this deconstructed package design. So I kind of like took the inspirations, and then I feel like Counter Strike doesn't have like this kind of graphic-y thing, in the game. So I always see like AK Vulcan at the time,
Yeah.
and Alp Asimov as well. So that's like the two of them is like the hero for me. So I try to like do it with my own spin and kind of like add my own character into it. So
Sure.
and then it becomes a simplistic design of Printstream with the geometric shapes and stuff. So yeah.
Okay. So, what was like the print stream is something like you see it everywhere. It's a very popular, whether it's the USP, the Deagle, the M4, you see it commonly, very commonly. What was your first skin in comparison to like could you even compare the two? Was it a similar type of design or was this just like a next level for you?
Um, I would say it's at the time I feel like it's pretty much in the same kind of like type of designs because um at the time I was not in a art school yet, so I was not very good at anything at all actually. So I just do what I like. So yeah, I guess it's pretty much the same kind of like the idea of like I want to do something I really like, and I want people to like it too. So yeah, basically the combination of things that I'm into. So
Okay,
yeah.
cool. So what was it like working with the tools to make this a pearlescent skin? Did you have a lot of trouble with this concept? Because it seems like I don't know much about creating skins and stuff, but to me that seems like it'd be very complex to do and do right.
Right. So it's actually a happy accident about the pearlescent,
Really?
because I was introduced to the pearlescent when Counter Strike added that to the game, and there was not many skins with the pearlescent value going up.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking like maybe I could make something very interesting with it. So I thought to myself that maybe the black and white will not have an effect. So I want like the tiny stripes of like rainbows on the skin to actually change the colors.
Mm-hmm.
That was my idea. And when at the time in Counter Strike Global Offensive, the tool that was in the game, it only shows that the color that changes is only the stripes on the skin. It's not the whole skin.
Yeah.
So I submitted that, not knowing that the skin is like it's affecting like the whole you
Oh
know
my
design.
god.
So I I submitted that, and the first time that I saw people screenshotting like the actual gameplay, and I was like, why is it all rainbow? I was like
Holy.
no way, that's not my skin. And I was like, oh no. And but it turns out that people really like that, and it's unique, and it's like nothing is like it. So
No.
I think it's a yeah, I think it's a good decision by Valve, I think. So
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. And that's got to be one of the happiest accidents of all time because I feel like that probably secured getting submitted into the workshop officially.
Oh, definitely. And I think like other elements are very charming too. For me, especially me. There are a few like elements in the print stream that I added that I feel like I wanted people who actually plays Counter Strike for a very very long time to get the reference in it. Like in the skin, you will see the letter B15 or something like that. B15 is like a hotkey to buy weapons in the game.
Yeah, yeah.
Like back in like in CS 1.6, it's kind of hard to navigate like through the menu with the cursor mouse.
Yeah, it's set up really
So yeah,
weird.
so you just do like B42, B15, and it's kind of easier way to actually buy the weapons. So I added that as an Easter egg for you know players that really like Counter Strike. So I think that part, Valve probably likes that part too.
Oh
So
yeah, they
yeah.
noticed that. They noticed that for sure.
Yeah. I love adding like small details like these, man. So if you actually reload the gun in the magazine, there's a hidden part that says "try again." So
Ha.
it's like like if you're not paying attention to it, you won't see it. But if you reload the gun, you will see the text "try again" in it. And it's like I love hiding cool stuff like this in the design. So yeah.
Yeah, it just adds to the whole unique value of it. Like, you want your, let's call the gun the canvas. You want it to overall look super good, but it's those little tiny details where you really, if you're not paying attention, you miss them, and that's what makes a skin unique. On top
Oh
of it
yeah.
being pearlescent, the whole thing, like, really well done.
Thanks, man.
So, this is a very touchy subject, and I don't want to discuss the numbers and how much money you made. I'm not interested in that. But I want to hear
Mm-hmm.
your side of things in regards to how this changed your life or impacted your life. Because again, you've had the Deagle, the USP, and also the M4 submitted into the game. And when you hear anybody talk about skins, this is like, it seems like life changing money.
Oh
So
yeah.
what did the news feel like, and how did it feel to eventually get all of your skins shipped to the game? Was this like a huge life changing thing for you, or like just tell me about that? And again, I'm not trying to get you to tell me numbers. You don't have to disclose that. That's fine.
Yeah, sure. It's like a rule that I can't really say about that. But I would say Valve literally changed my life. Like
Yeah.
for you know the amount of revenue that I make, I use that for my college tuition fee
Oh,
in the United States. So
that's
I wouldn't
perfect.
be here that so I wouldn't be here right now if I weren't getting to the skin design stuff. So yeah, it's definitely changed my life, and it's definitely, yeah, something that's completely changed how I view things. And I feel like when I have like you know um the money, I feel like I can do anything in the world right now. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like it's very cool. So
And, like it's just such an insane thing, like especially now the game's free to play, like, you don't have to spend money or anything like that. You could just go and play it, and you've taken your passion and you cross it over with your other passion being Counter-Strike, and now you're essentially, I guess, getting free tuition for college in a way, or
oh
university
yeah,
rather. And
yeah, yeah.
like you got to feel like you're on cloud 9, I bet. Like that's a dream come true right there. That's amazing.
Yeah, and one thing about that is I feel like I'm set for life now, and I don't really have to like remake the skin at all. And I would be like I'm free now. But
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of comments that saying that uh the person is gone in Counter-Strike 2, and I feel like those comments, it feels personal. I took that as a, it's my part as well to
Hmm.
actually like, continue the legacy of the Prince stream as well. So I feel like, I have to stop thinking about making money. Just like when I first started, this designing scene is all about fun,
Yeah, for sure.
So I feel like the remake of the Prince stream is kind of like something that I feel like I wanted to take the skin to the next level with, the promotional stuff, and with the storyline as well. So that's like the new idea that I wanted to take it to the next level. So yeah.
Okay. And another thing I want to ask too is like, you know, I'm assuming you're probably around, like you're probably under 30 years old.
Mhm,
Um,
yep.
so like I'm 25. Like my parents, they don't understand this at all, like this whole Counter Strike thing and the pro
Oh yeah,
scene.
man. All right. Yeah.
So like, what do your parents think when you tell them like I got my artwork submitted into a game and they're gonna pay me all this money? Like they got to think you're crazy. Like what? How did that all turn out for you? Did they
All
understand
right.
it?
So back then when I was so into the game, so I will always play Dust 2, right? And then my dad would come in and say like, "You play this game again?" I was like, he was not, he doesn't understand at all like about
Yeah.
the whole gaming experience and stuff. So and then but um but then the day that I got like the my work is actually in the game, I told my dad and they don't understand it at all. But once the money came through and then I showed it to him, I told him it's like a contest and I won it. And
Hmm.
and they were like, "Whoa, no way. You're making a lot of money with, playing games?" I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, kind of."
It,
So
it
yeah, it's definitely something new to them. Yeah.
And I mean, once you have the proof in your hand and you're showing them, I mean, it's kind of hard to deny that. Like you can't, the proof is right there.
Yeah. So, well, my family is kind of like they're in this kind of like autistic kind of person. So, my grandma works as a, she graduated in art school. My dad is like an architect.
Oh
So,
wow.
but they didn't really wanted me to be an artist because, in you know as an Asian family, like they wanted us to be like doctors or lawyers and stuff because they make more money. But
Hmm.
then when this actually came true, so and I can actually can handle myself, take care of myself, and I got money too, so I make money too. So I think it kind of like changed how they're thinking as well. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, and the fact knowing that your dad is an architect and your grandma too is, you guys are all, it's like art is kind of in your blood and you're like now carrying on the
Yeah,
legacy
kind
even
of.
more.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So after your skins got shipped into the game, what does it feel like when you're queuing up matches and you see people on your team or people on the other team and they have the what you created? Like, how does that feel? That's got to be incredible.
Yeah, at first, when I was playing after I got like the Deagle got into the game, I don't feel that much different. But then when the tournament starts and like the majors, and I
Yeah,
see my skin like in the hands of the pro players, I was like, "Whoa, that's my work, man!" And
yeah,
I was so proud of myself, and it's definitely like crazy. I never thought that it's gonna be like this popular as well, because I feel like it's a student work and it's not the most polished thing. So I feel like that's yeah, that's kind of like crazy about that being real. So
Yeah, and like the artwork on it is like, it's rather simplistic, but sometimes simplistic is all you need. You don't need something that's super like, the Hyper Beast, for instance, another awesome piece of artwork and really detailed. But you
oh, I
don't
love
always need.
Rocco. Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but you don't always need something like that. Sometimes it's just this something simple and easy to look at. And, it's not when you're picking it up, it's not distracting you like you're trying to make out what the whole image is. It's the simple little things with the little hints of like Easter eggs and the pearlescent. It's stuff like that it's just so cool to see the creativity. Just it's on such a wide scale, and it's with CS2 just getting even crazier.
Right, yeah. Definitely like the simplicity of Princeton really sells it a lot. Like the symbols, the XY, like the the title card, like everything just combines it and it makes it like unique. And yeah, I feel like when I first designed it, I think the idea of it is being like I want it to be simple as possible. It's like everything simplified so people can actually feel like they connected to it. And people when you want people to draw something, hearts is like something that's very easy to draw, and I feel
Mhm,
like it's kind of like something that it connects to them as well. So
for
yeah.
sure. Okay, so with the success of the print stream, it's gone beyond Counter Strike, and because of Bitskins, it was brought to life at the Copenhagen Royal Arena for the major. Obviously, the Lamborghini was wrapped in the pearlescent print stream, the whole car.
Right,
Um,
yeah.
so, what does it feel to now see you've seen it in game and you've seen it on the stage when the pros are using it? What does it feel like to see it now in real life, brought to life on an amazing car?
Oh yeah. So the Lamborghini was not the very first thing that I made it in real life, but
Oh,
yeah. So there are a few more like gaming gears, but gaming gears is like something that's it feels normal to be in, because there are a few other skins that got into the gaming gears designs as well. But when it got into like merchandise like hoodies and t-shirts, I used to collaborate it with Ninjas in Pajamas
oh, wow.
to make a limited edition merch. So it's a hoodie, and it's a t-shirt. I saw Device wearing it, so it's very very cool. And yeah, that's the very first time that I talked to other companies to produce it into the real world. But the actual person that I talked to at Bitskin, he actually worked at Ninjas in Pajamas before, so we kind of got this connection before.
Oh,
So and then he asked me like, "Hey, you want to do something crazy? Let's just put it on a car." And I was like, "What
wow.
car?" And he goes like, "A Lamborghini Huracan." I was like, "Are you serious?"
Like what?
And what's crazier is that they showed it at the Copenhagen airport,
Yeah.
and and they put it at the other country to Dubai,
Mhm.
which is the other major as well. So yeah, that's definitely crazy, man.
Yeah, I was looking for it. I went to the Copenhagen major and I was looking everywhere for the car and it wasn't there when I got to the airport. It was already driving on the streets. I was so bummed I never got to see it, but
Oh
um
no.
yeah, my buddy Dingle, I'm not sure if you know Dingle on Twitter, but
Oh yeah, uh-huh.
he's the photographer that was doing the shoot for Bitskins and he was there too and he was like taking the photos of it and stuff. So he got some good
Right,
shots of
yeah.
that. So a while ago, you revealed on Twitter and YouTube that you're actually working on the Printstream collection's new models with the new CS2 weapon models, and you
Hmm.
also added the AWP and the AK-47 Printstreams that you're hoping to get shipped into the game. What was your thoughts and reactions on the community seeing this because it went nuclear and it got a lot of attention in just a short amount of time on Twitter?
Right. So I feel like people really wanted to see like the next version of the Prince stream, like for a while now, and that's like the part of it. That's part of the reason why I wanted this to to be like the next level of Prince stream in every way, because I don't want to look at this as it's just a skin design. It's kind of like an IP that I wanted to tell my stories into, and and that those kind of ideas are growing
Hmm.
along the way when it first got introduced to the eyes of people around the world. Um so what was the question again? Sorry, I got lost.
It's all good. I was just saying, like when you're seeing when you made that post and you were doing the teaser trailers and then you made the final
Oh yeah,
trailer that unveiled everything. When you're seeing all
yeah.
these comments and people retweeting and stuff like that, and it got a lot of attention. Like when you're sitting at your computer and you're seeing all of this, like what's going on in your head? What are you thinking?
Um, I feel like every release has to be something very special. Like I feel like that because at the first time that I launched Printstream the first time, it's kind of like the presentation of it is kind of different from any other skin artists that have done it before. There are a few skin artists that made this kind of like trailers or teasers for it, like Click Effects. Click Effects is one of the first people that I see that on YouTube that made like a trailer for a skin design, which is like it's kind of crazy because like if you think about it like not no one's paying him to do all that, but it looks cool. So I feel
100%.
like yeah, but I feel like yeah, let's try to do that too with like all the knowledge that I know. And then so Prince when I first made Prince Stream is like the very first year of my art school. So but then 4 years later I know all the stuff now. I know how to do trailers. I know how to do like 3D environments. I know how to do editings now. So I feel like I wanted to step up the game with the release. So and like I always get this like comments about saying like the Princeton doesn't look good anymore in Counter Strike 2, and I want to make people happy about my designs as well because they used to be happy about the design before it translate it into Counter Strike 2.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's like the whole point of like making like all the trailers and stuff. And I always have this like the stories that I wanted to tell with the universe that I wanted to create about the skin designs because I feel like having like a storyline feel it adds a lot more value to like my artwork and designs because the idea of it is like I wanted to have fun while doing it. So this is fun for me. So yeah.
Awesome. And that's the thing I wanted to bring up too is like a lot of people were, I was bummed out when CS2 came out and the print stream didn't have the pearlescent effect, but I feel like a lot of people want to, come to you and be like, oh, what the hell, dude? Like it doesn't have the pearlescent effect. But I feel like that's like kind of a Valve problem. Like I feel like it's
Yeah,
only, I think
yeah, I get
people.
that. Yeah. So the reason why the Princeton doesn't have the pearlescent right now because the way the engine renders they have this shader and like the how it works with the lighting is different now, so that's why it's not looking like the way it looks in Counter-Strike Go. So I think yeah, it's kind of like their part, I feel, but when I see those comments I take it personally too. So because I feel like I am like the owner of the skin, and I tried my best to to deliver like those kind of feelings to back to the community. So yeah,
Hmm. But yeah, I don't agree with the people that come and shit on you because it's like you're not the one that created CS2 and the new lighting and all of
right.
this stuff. Like that has nothing to do with you. You had your product and it worked. The company shipped it to the next evolution of Counter Strike and it doesn't work anymore. That's got nothing to do with you. And I get why you would take it personally. Like I probably would as well. But I mean, it's a matter of time. And as we saw in the trailer, the print stream effect will be fixed. It is possible. They look fucking
Yep.
badass.
Yeah, and I feel like as a game dev as well, I'm actually working as a 3D environment artist for a small indie company in Seattle,
Oh,
and so I feel like everything is possible for in the game dev world. So
oh,
I
for
feel
sure.
like if they wanted to fix it, if they spent time, I feel like it's possible. And I help them one on my part too. So with the I changed the material, I changed how I work with the texture in the software. So it's easier to see the rainbow effect now. So it's a matter of time that they change it to the new version as I submit it. So yeah, my part is done, and uh, all we wait now is just wait for a while to actually fix it. So yeah.
Yeah, and we all know what it's like waiting for Valve.
Yeah, I mean, they got their priorities straight about their new game and stuff, but yeah, it's up to them.
Mhm.
Ultimately, their decision. So
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. And your marketing too, I gotta say, is like really impressive. How you're like when the new Printstream collection that you were unveiling, like your marketing strategy for that was excellent. Like it was amazing. You did it perfectly.
Thank you,
Like
thank you. I took a lot of inspiration from like the video game ARG, if you ever heard about it. So
no, I don't think
ARG is
so.
like, yeah, alternate reality game, which if you have seen like Blizzard's revealing the new character back in like years ago, it's Sombra. It's a hacker character. So
Okay.
they got this like kind of like a weird website where people have to hack into it so they know like the hints about the new character. And I kind of like took those inspiration to my work, and then I posted like a puzzle pieces
Yeah,
on
yeah.
on Twitter that people have to like go into the game and look at at the skin and what does it say, and decrypting like the decoding the password for all this stuff is, yeah, it's kind of cool to actually designing it and make it as a marketing strategy. So yeah.
And it's a good way too, like from a business standpoint, to just get your fans to engage in like you're posting all
Yeah,
this
definitely.
teaser
Yeah.
stuff. Like people are like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like I need to know. Well, you got to do the work and figure it out. And then when you drop the whole thing, it's like, oh my god, it all makes sense. It's
Oh
really
yeah.
really cool way, interesting way to do it.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I want people to interact with my work as well. As I said, I wanted to up the game in every aspects, and I wanted to people to have fun with it, and feel the excitement that I always have about my work. So yeah.
For sure. So that's pretty much all I had for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. It was really awesome getting to hear your story and the insights behind the print stream. Um, for the outro, I usually like to have the guests close out the episode and share anything that they might like. If they want to shout people out, if you have projects that you're working on, anything you want to talk about, the floor is yours and you can close it out.
All right. Sure. So I have a few products that in line for the Printstream collaborations. Um, Recently I actually collaborated with a brand in Thailand called Loga. So
Okay.
Loga make gaming gears and stuff, and they make keycaps. And we collaborated with Asus ROG to make a keyboard. So which is
Oh, right
right in front of
on.
me. So
Oh,
yeah.
bang. Look at that. It's fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
so that's the keyboard that I collaborated with them with the Printstream
That's
keycaps.
wicked.
But yeah, so this is already sold out by the way, but so it's a Thailand exclusive, and we are launching a international release soon, next month, with the international keycaps. So yeah, that's one of them. And then the headset that I'm wearing is actually a Printstream in-ear monitors. So yep.
Dude, that is so insane. That's crazy.
So
And it's
yeah,
got the
it's
pearlescent effect and everything.
yep. So this is
Wow.
already out. So if you can post the link to the shop, I can send it to you.
Yeah, for
So
sure. I'll
yeah,
put them in the description. Anything you want.
I have a lot more about the collabs, but yeah,
Wh-
that's definitely something that I worked on part of past months. So yeah.
Whatever you want to share. Like, if it's to stay under closed doors for now, then don't talk about it. But, like, the floor is yours. Promote whatever you want. Talk about anything you want, man.
But yeah, that I think
Guess that
that's
was it.
basically it about Printstream. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, perfect, man. Thank you for coming.
All right, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. All right, guys, that'll wrap it up for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I had a lot of respect for JTPNZ before this episode, but after we finished this conversation, I had even more respect for him. And it's just super cool to hear a passionate person who has a hobby take schooling for this hobby to turn it into a career, especially to carry on the legacy of his father and grandmother. He has seen success from every imaginable way, and it is super inspiring, and I can't commend the guy enough. It was an absolute pleasure. Thank you guys for clicking on the video. Make sure you go down to the description and check out all of my links. check out all of JTPNZ's links, and also feel free to visit the Halftime with K Bizzy shop. More product will be hitting it soon, and we will catch you guys next Friday. Till next time, everybody. Thank you all.